Hey guys, this is Jade. So today is New Year's Day, and it's going to be my last video of the year, and it's going to be my top 10 favorite artists of the year. So I'm going to try my hardest to not make this video like really long, like my albums video. So yeah, so let's get started. So my number 10 favorite artist of the year is Blackpink. Now, I've definitely had my issues with Blackpink in the beginning, all stemming from, what was going on with 21. But then, I was like, let me put my issues with YG aside and give these girls a chance because they have been training for quite a long time. And if I'm not mistaken, I think members of Blackpink were training longer than Winner. Some of them were members of Winner and Icon. So, like I said, YG's been talking about these girls for years. So they finally debuted, and they literally like blew up. Like they broke Miss A's record for the shortest time winning a music show. And I think it's been like 13. I think it's like 13 days or shorter than that. Something around that time where it took them to win a music show on in this is like their debut, and they haven't had they haven't even had a full year yet, and they just completely blew up. And I mean, they've won countless music shows. They've won Mama Awards, and Melon Awards. I can only imagine, next year when you do the Golden Disc Awards and the Soul Music Awards and stuff like that, they'll probably win countless more awards. And I can only imagine what YG has in store for Blackpink come 2017. But yeah, Blackpink just really blew up. And it's just like really like one like the top rookie girl groups this year. So, but just overall the music, I really did enjoy the music that they released this year. Even though, like I said, I've had you know, my issues with YG, but actually giving them a chance and listening to the music definitely turned around. And I really do like these girls. Like I like their personalities, and I'm glad that YG finally let us get a chance to get to know them. I'm hoping that I know they're supposed to have his shows. I'm hoping that he has more opportunities for the public to get to know these girls more. So yeah, so that was number 10 with Blackpink. So number 9 is none other than Monster X. Um, I really, I really do stand Monster X. Like last year, I wasn't with Monster X in the beginning, but giving them a chance, I absolutely love these guys, and I'm so happy that the stuff, how they progressed this year. This year they released the Clan Saga, and they're actually going to release the third part of the trilogy sometime next year. And I heard they're working on it now, so I'm definitely excited. And I love the fact that they're definitely gaining more popularity this year with All In and Fighter, and not only that, but like the members are doing like variety and stuff like that. Johan is one of the MCs of Weekly Idol, along with Don from Twice and Jackson, and Shonu is on Lipstick Prince, and Shonu, he also did I'm trying to think, was it last year or this year he did Laws of the Jungle, and then he also did Hit the Stage, and I think some of the I think like Minya, Kihan, and I am had did some show with some members of VIX and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see the members doing like their own projects and stuff like that. But yeah, just the overall music, I absolutely love the Clan. I feel like those two are my favorite releases from Monster X so far, and it's just, to me, I just feel like their music just keeps getting better and better with each release. And I'm hoping and praying that next year that they finally get the first number one, and let's just hope that Starship just doesn't end up having them come back at the same time a much bigger group comes back. But so yeah, I cannot wait to see more of Monster X come 2017. Okay, so that was number 9 with Monster X. And number 8 is none other than my girls, Mamamoo. So basically, this year was Mamamoo's year. Mamamoo has been grinding for the past couple years, and basically this year was when they blew up. They had their first number 1 on a music show, and they have been winning music shows since then. And the music is just incredible. I've had the opportunity to see Mamamoo at KCON, and they are incredible live. Like you cannot tell me that these girls cannot sing. Like fuck sing, they can sing. Like oh my god, just hearing them live and seeing them in concert is so it's just incredible, and I absolutely love Mamamoo. And then it's not only are their vocals just on point and the music great, but just their personalities are just hilarious. Like they're really funny people, and they have really likable personalities. And I'm just really happy and proud of these girls that that they it took them quite a while for them to actually get to this point. So I'm very, very proud of Mamamoo, and I definitely cannot wait for more stuff come 2017. So that was number 8 with Mamamoo, and number 7 is none other than Dean. Um, I said I love Dean. He's one of my favorite, solo artists this year, like rookie solo artists coming out of like K-R&B. And the fact that is like not only does he does stuff in Korea, but he does stuff in America, which has to be difficult to have to travel back and forth from like Korea to America, but somehow he makes it work. And the fact that like he even plans on making an album in English is, definitely incredible. And the fact that, he had his own show at South by Southwest is a big deal. I mean, I know like Epic Highs had a show. I know FX had shows at whatchamacallit at South by Southwest, but still it's like when an artist from Korea has their own show at South by Southwest. And if you don't know what South by Southwest is one of those major, festivals in Austin, Texas. They have it I think around March every year, and it's just like they basically a bunch of different artists, whether they're like, big stars or up and coming, they play throughout different places in Houston. I mean, I'm sorry, not Houston, Austin, Texas. And the fact that they asked Dean to perform definitely was a big deal. And the fact that he got to work with, people like Anderson .Paak, who was like definitely one of the popular artists to come out this year. And then it's like he's nominated for Grammy. So that's a big deal. And, that's awesome to know that, he's still trying to release stuff in America, but, also making great music in Korea, and then like with his like collaborations with like Hayes and Palo Alto, and now of course Zico. So like I said, I am a huge fan of Dean, and I know he's supposed to make another album, so I cannot wait for next year when he releases more music. Like I'm ready for it because I know it's going to be amazing. So that was number 7 with Dean, and number 6 is Shiny. I decided to just put Taemin and Junghyun with Shiny together instead of having them separately. So I mean, Shiny had a busy year this year. I mean, Taemin released Press It, Junghyun released She Is, Onu was in one of the biggest dramas this year, Descendants of the Sun. Key was in a drama this year. Minho is in a drama that's out now. That was like talked about for months, and for what I'm hearing, I think it's doing pretty well. So that's great for Minho. So I'm just happy that the members are having success solo wise. Junghyun had his first solo concert. And of course, as a group, they released single in Japan. They've had many solo concerts in Japan. And I think they had another Shiny World this year. And they just released a Japanese single, Winter Wonderland. And of course, they released another full length album. Was it full length? It was a mini album. No, there's a full length album. Whatchamacallit, One of One. And then they released it with One and One. So like I said, Shiny's just been crazy busy. Like I said, I absolutely loved One of One. I absolutely loved She Is. I absolutely loved Press It. Like I said, Shiny can just do no wrong. And I feel like Shiny, with each release, they just keep, switching it up and just changing their sound and just getting better and better. And I mean, that's why Shiny is one of like my favorite, like my second favorite K-pop group after BAP and Big Bang. So I definitely can't wait to see more stuff from Shiny, whether it's solo projects or group project come 2017. Okay, so number 5 is not other than VIX. Like I said, VIX has been busy this year as well. I mean, they've had, the conception concept. So, they used Greek mythology. First they had Zelos, then they had Hades, and then now they had Kratos, and then they just put them all in one album as a special album, the Conception Cur album. And then they also released another single from that album, Milky Way. And I'm trying to think, was this year that they released? Yeah, I think this year as well they released, if I'm not mistaken, a Japanese album. Was it last year? I'm trying to think, 2016 or 15. But anywho, like I said, Vix has been busy, and I know that the members have been doing like solo stuff as well. So I mean, like I said, I've already spoke about how much I absolutely love the concept and how fresh and new that they always come out with something. Whenever they come out with a release, it's always something different and creative, and I just absolutely love it. So yeah, so number 5 was VIX, and number 4 is NCT. Now, honestly, when they announced the concept of NCT, I wasn't here for it. I thought it was ridiculous. It made no sense to me. The fact that they said they had all these members and they're interchangeable, and the fact that they're going to have them like all over the world at the same time, I thought that was completely ridiculous. But once NCT actually came out, whatever I thought about really just went out the window. Like I'm still not really here for the interchangeable members. Like some are in one group, some are in another group. That I'm not 100% here for. But the music has been on point. And what really got me was the 7 Cents, because if you know SM does not do hip hop. That's not their thing. That's mainly just like a pop, sometimes R&B company. Like they don't do hip hop. They like hip hop is YG's thing. So the fact that they had a new group do trap music and it worked really surprised people, and it really surprised me. So that was definitely something new, because that's not the norm for SM. And I absolutely love the 7 Cents. And then, even though I said I'm not really here for the member changes and shit, but just the overall music, I really did enjoy. And then, of course, they had NCT 127. And, of course, I loved Fire Truck when I first heard it. Like, I literally had it on repeat. And their first mini album was so good. And then I think they're having to come back, like, in a few days with their second mini album. I'm just waiting for NCT to have a comeback, just saying. And then, of course, they debuted NCT Dream, which is like the youngest trainees that they have. And I honestly, at first I was like, am I even going to be here for NCT Dream, because of the fact that they're so young? But actually listening to Chewing Gum is actually not a bad song. Like, obviously, just how like it's like childish, not in a bad way, but it's just, like I said, just how young it is and how young sounding it is. You wouldn't think you would like it, but to me, I actually do enjoy the song. So I know 2017, I guess, NCT 127, they added 2 new members. So Doyoung from NCTU is now joining NCT 127, and they're finally debuting Johnny. So I'm like, okay, cool. I know a lot of people have been wanting Johnny to debut for a while now, so they get their wish. And just basically expect a bunch of stuff from NCT come 2017. Okay, so number 3 is none other than my boy Jay Park. So I get again another year, another plethora of Jay to get me through the year. Of course, beginning of the year, of course he just releasing singles, and then he released a joint album with Ugly Duck, Scene Stealers, which I'm still mad that I cannot find a copy of that bitch anywhere. But anywho, I absolutely loved Ain't No Party Like an AMG Party. That was like one of my favorite songs this year, definitely. So yeah, he released Scene Stealers, and of course he released a bunch of singles like Two Thoughts and Aquaman, Me Like Ya, All I Want to Do, and then of course he finally released his new album, Everything You Wanted, which is a mix between songs in English and songs in Korean. So we got that from Jay, and then not only that, but as a CEO, we got some stuff from Hoodie finally. So that, she had a solo song, and now she has a mini album that just came out recently. And then finally Ella released some stuff, because I know people been like waiting for stuff for Ella for so long. They call dude Frank Ocean a K R&B because we don't normally hear shit from Ella, but he finally released his mini album. So I'm happy to know that other AMG artists are releasing things, so that just makes me excited to see what's next for AMG come 2017. And of course this is like the 3rd year, so and then it's like they've just accomplished so much within 3 years. It don't even feel like it's been 3 years. So yeah, so just all the stuff that Jay has done this year. So yeah, so that was number 3, and number 2 is none other than my boys Big Bang. Now, I was kind of on the fence at first putting Big Bang because they only released, the Made album just weeks ago. But reason why I added them is a special reason, because this is their 10th year anniversary, and just the fact that Big Bang means so much to me. And the fact that, yeah, I've only been into Big Bang for the past 4 years, but those 4 years have just been, Big Bang has gotten me through a lot these past 4 years, and I really don't know what I'd do without them. So that's basically, I feel like on a sentimental level is why I added Big Bang as number 2. So it's like, it's a special year, it's a special time because it's the 10th year anniversary, and whereas like a lot of groups, they don't make it past like 2-3 years, besides without like a member leaving or a group completely disbanding, or they're suing their company on some bullshit. So there's very few groups that's out in K-pop that doesn't have member changes like SHINee, Infinite, Teen Top, Brown Eyed Girls. You know what I'm saying? Like groups like that, it's rare, because I said just how crazy the industry is over there. It's like people just leave or completely disband. So it says something, the fact that they've been through a lot these past 10 years. They've been through a lot of ups. They've definitely been a lot of downs. But the fact that they still stayed together through all these years definitely means a lot. And it's even, it's kind of sad because, this is basically the last year we'll see them as 5 for a while, because come 2017, that's when the members start, doing the military service. So of course, come February, we won't see Top for a while. It's going to be sad, but I know he filmed a movie this year, so it's probably going to be released sometime next year. So I don't know if he's going to promote it. I don't know if it's going to come out before he goes in or not. I have no idea, but there's still that. Of course, next year we'll probably get stuff from GD. Hopefully we'll get stuff from Taeyong. Probably get some stuff from Sungri. If anything, Sungri and Daesung will be in Japan doing, MCing and stuff like that. And I'm happy for GD because I know he has his clothing line coming out soon. I know he's been working on that, and just other solo projects from Big Bang. Maybe we'll get a subunit from GD and Top. I mean, not GD and Top, GD and Taeyong, or which would be even better if we got a vocal line subunit. Think about it: Taeyong, Sungri, and Daesung. Bruh, I will kill for a vocal line subunit. Since we have the rapper unit, why not? So I'm just definitely expecting a lot of solo projects and maybe subunit projects come 2017 for Big Bang. But yeah, that's why, because their 10-year anniversary, I added them as number 2. And number 1 is none other than my babies, BTS. Child, BTS has been busy 2016. I mean, again, riding high from the In the Mood for Love saga, and then come 2016, they I'm trying to think. No, that was last year. So like they released, I think the Japanese version of Run had came out this year. They released their second full-length album in Japan, Youth. Suga released his mixtape finally. That was great. And it's even crazy because like his mixtape was like on some end of the year list, so that was dope. So yeah, it's like, like they've been releasing stuff in Japan, and of course, Young Forever comes out, and then of course Fire does great. Just the whole repackage period sold a lot of copies. I know a lot of people was buying it, and then of course come October, they released Wings, and that broke records. And not only that, but like let's see, V is getting into acting. And was it this year that Rap Monster was in Problematic Man, or was it last year? It's kind of hard to remember the dates, but I'm happy to see that V is doing, acting now. So I'm really excited. I'm just really proud of BTS and the fact that like they made history of being like the first group from that's not in the big 3 to win a major award. So of course, congrats to BTS, and I know for a fact that come 2017, like I said before, with the Golden Disc Awards and the Soul Awards, that they'll win more major awards. So I feel like BTS can go nowhere but up at this point. And the fact that, the success of their tour in America and even in Brazil, how like tickets were selling out within like minutes. I think in South America they sold out like, I think it took longer though, but still like it sold out like 2 days in Brazil, maybe. I could be wrong. Could have been sooner than that, but just the fact that like people were literally like scratching and fighting for these tickets is insane. So I already know this tour, and they made a hell of a lot of money from what I'm hearing. So this tour is going to be crazy next year. I'm excited. I can't wait to go, but it's not even like, it's not until March, but I'm still excited. And then I already know that we're going to get more music from BTS. Maybe we'll get more solo stuff next year, hopefully. So yeah, like I said, I'm very proud of BTS and all they've accomplished this year. And yeah, I'm just very proud of them. And like I said, they can go nowhere besides up at this point. Just everything they've accomplished and all the success they've had this year. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite artists of the year. And I do have some honorable mentions. So I have Tiffany, BY, GOT7, and BAP. And of course, I could have added more people, but I just wanted to keep it at 10. Like I said, I didn't want this video to be really, really long, even though this is going on 25 minutes. But yeah, so I'm getting out of here. So again, this is my top 10 favorite artists of the year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is going to be my last video of 2016. So yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome and safe New Year's Eve. Just turn up, but don't turn up too much. And I will see you guys in 2017. Bye!